Meanwhile, the PRO of the Ghana Education Service, Cassandra Chumampofo, says the first list of placement into senior high schools will be released by Wednesday. Do stay with us here on the JoyNews channel as we focus on schools to find out if they're really prepared for this double-track system. Now, let's move on to some stories that are related to education and even the double-track system, because the Ghana Library Association says government's double-track senior high school policy will face difficulties if public libraries are not well-resourced. Ashanti Regional Librarian Elizabeth Arthur says a 3-month vacation break could make students rusty if they are not occupied in attractive libraries. She was speaking at the 6th Reading Festival in Kumasi.
School children are on vacation. Brima Ochre and her friends would want to avoid distractions of home. They will spend the next 20 days ahead of reopening at the library.
The library always opens at 9, so I wait here. And when the library is opened, I read a lot of stories.
I normally come here at 10, and I've been reading a lot of books.
I always come here in the morning, around 8 p.m.
I learned about Robin Hood, a young man who was an outlaw, who was the leader of a certain band. He took from the rich and gave to the poor.
Okay, so start with the HTML.
Pupils come here not only to read, but also have coding lessons. For Selom Seles of International Community School, a website isn't a bad idea.
Coding is not as difficult as people see it to be. If you just follow instructions and follow what you have been given to do, you do it and do it right.
The month of August has been dedicated by the Ghana Library Authority to reading activities dubbed Reading Festival for Children in Kumasi. It is to encourage children make judicious use of their leisure during holidays and inculcate in them reading habits. Unfortunately, the library is understocked with just about 4,000 books and other reading materials. Overuse has rendered most of the books unusable. Worse still, the e-library is left with only one functional computer.
One computer is working perfectly, only one. It's also another problem. And we have serious problem with our reading materials. The children are really willing to read, that is the truth. But where do we get this reading material?
Ms. Arthur believes students who will be enrolled for the double-track system will be victims of such infrastructural and logistic deficit.
So once in the house, they can utilize our facility. If it is well equipped with the needed facilities, like the books, the required books are there, they can come and utilize the place so that there will be continuity. At the end of the 3 months, when they are supposed to go back to school, they will still be on track.
Reporting for JoyNews, Kwesi Deborah.